I am Vexar'kun, third broker of the Kethrin Combine. Licensed by the Galactic Trade Authority to sell death in all its refined forms. My hold was crammed with the finest instruments of extinction the galaxy had ever sanctioned. Phase lances that could bisect a cruiser, neural shredders that left corpses smiling. Gravity mines that turned planets into gravel. I came to Sol 3, Earth, because the scouting probes had marked it Tier 7, prey of TL. Pre-singularity, still killing each other with chemical projectiles, primitive, profitable, perfect. Humans would beg for my wares. They always do when they realize how fragile they are. I landed at night in the high desert of their American Southwest, cloaked, silent. The air tasted of iron and creosote, thin, violent, alive. A single human waited beside a battered ground vehicle. Cigarette ember glowing like a predator's eye. He wore denim and old leather. Carried a revolver on his hip that looked older than his species' first orbital launch. "Name's Cole," he said, voice gravel and smoke. "You the salesman?" I allowed myself a low harmonic laugh. Kethrin amusement registers as subsonic thunder to most species. Indeed. "And you are the buyer for this backward world?" Cole flicked ash, studied my translation field shimmer. "Something like that." He opened the tailgate of his truck. Inside lay a tarp. He pulled it back with ceremonial slowness. Weapons, not toys, artifacts. Long rifle with a wooden stock polished by generations of hands. A short, brutal shotgun that looked like it had been born angry. And the revolver at his hip. Colt Single Action Army, 1873 patent. Still in production 2 centuries later, because some things refuse to die. I scanned them. Muzzle velocity, laughable, effective range, a child's throw, ammunition, lead and brass. Propelled by the burning of plant-derived nitrates. I laughed again, louder. The sound rattled his truck windows. "These are your defenses?" I asked. "These combustion tubes?" My species abandoned kinetic slugs before we discovered fire control. "You greet a galactic merchant with museum pieces?" Cole smiled without warmth. "Show me yours then." I obliged. I unfolded a phase lance, its containment field humming in colors human eyes could not fully resolve. I dialed it to demonstration yield and fired at the boulder 50 meters away. The stone ceased to exist. No explosion, no debris, just absence. A perfect sphere of vacuum where matter had been. Cole whistled, low. "Pretty." Then he drew the Colt, thumbed the hammer in one liquid motion, and fired 6 times, 6 rounds. 6 impacts, each one punching through the exact same hole in a saguaro cactus 200 meters distant. The cactus toppled, neatly cored. I felt something I had not felt in 30 cycles of trade. Uncertainty. Cole reloaded from loops on his belt, never taking his eyes off me. "Pretty don't mean shit when it misses," he said. "Your toy needs line of sight, power cells, calibration. Mine just needs me." I dismissed the sensation. Arrogance is a survival trait in my profession. We moved to the rendezvous proper, an abandoned airfield where human buyers were supposed to arrive at dawn. Cole insisted on driving together. I allowed it. The psychological dominance of sitting in his primitive vehicle amused me. We waited under a sky just beginning to bleach. Children came first. I did not expect children. A yellow conveyance, a school bus, had taken a wrong turn miles back. It limped into the airfield, radiator hissing, full of human young on some kind of educational excursion. They spilled out, awed by the ships, the lights, the alien. Cole swore softly. "Get them out of here." But the buyers were already landing 3 tilt rotors, painted matte black, no markings. Not my clients, rivals, or worse. Human extremists who had intercepted the invitation. They opened fire them. Instant their ramps dropped. Not with my merchandise. With human weapons, full auto rifles spitting. Hate at 900 rounds per Minute. The children screamed. Time dilated. Catherine combat reflex. A gift of my cranial augments. I saw everything in crystalline fragments. Tracer rounds arcing like angry fireflies. A little girl in a red jacket frozen mid-step. Mouth open. Cole moving before I could calculate risk matrices. He ran toward the children. Not away. Toward. I had armor that could shrug off plasma. Shielding that could turn a rail slug into warm rain. I did nothing. Protocol. Observe. Do not interfere with local conflicts. Profit requires detachment. Cole did not have armor. He sprinted through the storm of bullets. Revolver in one hand, the long rifle slung across his back, useless at this range. A round struck his shoulder, spun him half around. He kept running. Another took him high in the thigh. He stumbled, caught himself on one knee. Kept moving. He reached the girl, scooped her up with his left arm, shielding her with his body, and turned toward the shooters. And then he did the most terrifying thing I have ever witnessed in 10,000 battlefields. He smiled, not the rictus of fear, a calm, almost gentle smile, the kind a parent gives a child who has just learned a hard truth. He raised the Colt one-handed. The girl clutched to his chest and began to fire. 6 shots, 6 shooters dropped. Headshots, center mass, whatever the moment demanded. Perfect. The attackers faltered human instinct. Recognizing something beyond training, Cole walked forward. Limping, bleeding, smiling, and reloaded without looking. The cylinder spun like a prayer wheel. The remaining attackers broke and ran. He never stopped walking until the last one was down. Only then did he sink to his knees, set the girl gently on the ground, and press his hand to the wound in his chest that pumped bright, arterial red between his fingers. The children were safe. He looked up at me, across 50 meters of dust and blood, and nodded once, as if to say, "See?" I felt my entire understanding of sentience fracture. We are ancient. We are refined. We have weapons that can crack moons, but we have never produced a creature willing to walk through fire with nothing but a 150-year-old chemical launcher and sheer, obscene refusal to allow harm to the innocent. I knelt beside him. My med field could have saved him in seconds. He shook his head. "Tell your people," he whispered. Voice bubbling, "We don't need better guns." His eyes found the terrified children. Then the sky just beginning to go gold with sunrise. "We are the guns." He died smiling. I left the phase lances, the neural shredders. The gravity mines everything buried under 1,000 tons of thermobaric fire. I triggered from orbit. Then I filed the report that will shake the Combine to its foundations. Classification: Tier 1 threat. Recommendation: alliance at any cost. Quarantine if necessary. Prayer if all else fails. Because the humans do not fight with weapons. They fight with souls that refuse to break. And the galaxy has never seen anything like that. We are not ready. Gods help us all. We are not ready.